The soundtrack to Attack on Titan has to do a lot of different things. Therefore, the strong themes that are depicted come in a lot of ranges and styles. You See Big Girl creates a feeling of determination and also a slight mood of heraldry, reflecting the high expectations of the Marley citizens for the mission, but in contrast reflects the colossal moral and analytical failure of Reiner, Berthold and Annie. EMA represents the connectedness and the proudness of the combined strength expressed by the people inside the walls. It plays at pivotal moments. TKT is about Eren's deepest desires, as well as his wish for freedom. The relief of our main characters as they finally reach the ocean is overshadowed by Eren's egocentric, idealistic idea of complete and utter independence. Yet the main theme for the series is still to be discussed. No other melody till this day has touched me deeper than this 8-bar piece of music. Today I would like to find the theoretical reasons for the melody's incredible nature and also for its immense popularity. For that, we have to consider music theory and its implications for writing a strong and quote-unquote lyrical melody. What makes a melody sound catchy without losing its creative finesse? If this finesse is lost, it would sound something like 21st century pop music. Melodical simplicity and a touch of the mundane cause for the tune to feel uninspired and not elegant. Today, melodies are not in the foreground of the piece anymore. Harmonies and the actual quality of the sound are much more important. If we turn, in contrast to classical music, and take a look at its melodic content, we find a huge difference. There is motion, a feeling of going up and down and up and down and up and down in a consistent manner. Variety, notes don't just repeat themselves but are being supported by other notes a semitone or a whole tone away. And, last but not least, a singable nature, allowing the melody to plant its seeds in our head and make it memorable. With these three criteria, let us now get to the comparison with Vogel im Käfig. The first section of the melody starts with a big and mighty jump of a fourth and a fifth, which speaks of the gigantic plot spheres that this show brings forth. The world is rich with detail and clever political concepts, making the show a work of massive scale. After that, it goes down with little steps of whole tones before it finally, again, jumps up a perfect fifth and pretty much stays in that melodic range. We have our first musical phrase. And because of the huge range and as opposed to pretty much every generic pop song, motion, the melody feels like it wants to talk to us and set a first statement. Yet because we land on the note F, the minor sixth of the scale, there is still a certain unresolvedness and tension left. In the second section, this rest of the tension tries to find its way home. A line, similar to the downwards motion of the first part, climbs up and ends at the exact same note as in the first section, a B. It tries to climb up again, but the B, like a magnetic field, holds it back. This focus on the major second of the scale, combined with the F major chord, creates a short feeling of mourning and sadness. This speaks of the many trials and tribulations that our main characters have to go through. A life of uncertainty and doubt. But with one final push, the melody manages to climb upwards with the big jump of a perfect fourth up to the root note A as the climax of section 2. This achieved resolution represents the whole lot of achievements that Eren, Mikasa and Armin have claimed to rescue the worlds from the dangerous titans. Yet in part 3, all of that is thrown out the window. After the resolution, we get into chromatic territory, with notes such as the tritone D sharp or the major 7th G sharp adding instability and doubt, saying that the fight against the enemies is and possibly will never be over. The use of chromaticism also makes the listener feel a kind of uneasiness and a horrifying ambiguity about how the plot of the anime series is going to develop. In the last part, eventually we will find melodic but not harmonic release from our emotional journey. The melody finds its diatonic nature once again, and the last whole tone intervals add a nice kind of symmetry to the composition, making the resolution on the note E feel even stronger. On the other hand, the major 6th chord that builds the final chord in the melodic line does not manage to resolve the composition entirely. If we add the melodic note on top of the harmony, we get an F major 7 chord, creating a dissonant semitone between the F and the E. Such clever use of a not quite unresolved melody is crucial for representing the ambiguous tone that Attack on Titan crafts. As we see many times in the series, the tone can switch very rapidly and with great speed. With having presented the melody section by section, now I will look at the composition as a whole. If you remember the melodies full of motion in the era of classical music that I already talked about, you will notice the huge range that the Vogel im Käfig melody achieves to represent. 11 notes of the A minor scale are being utilized, each having their own function in the relation with the harmonic implications. The melody goes up with huge steps, then falls down gradually, only to go up with one big step. This upwards and downwards motion continues on, making the melodic content interesting, fascinating, and a true as well as worthy main theme for the entirety of Attack on Titan. Thank you for watching.